In this video, I'll show you the top 5 moving scams, as well as the top 10 red flags to look for when hiring a moving company. Scam number 1, bait and switch pricing. In this scam, rogue operators provide you an estimate and in some cases guarantee to beat any other company's quote. However, once they load all your possessions into their van, they jack up the price, claiming you had more goods than what was on the estimate. These bad actors will demand additional payment up front. We're talking thousands of dollars. For customers who refuse to pay, it's not uncommon for them to outright steal your property, selling it at auction. Scam number 2, spurious extra charges. In this scenario, the mover provides you an estimate, but then adds as many additional costs as they can think of once they have your belongings in their possession. Needless to say, this completely invalidates the original estimate. Typically, the new charges are triple the cost. If you want your things back, they demand you pay full price, or they will sell your stuff at auction. Scam number 3, property weight and size judo. In this scam, movers use the size and weight of your own property against you. Most legitimate movers charge you by the actual weight of your property. Experienced movers who come to your home should be close in their estimate to what the actual scale will show. This is considered professional. But the unprofessional, scammy movers do it differently. What they like to do is use cubic feet. This way, it's easier for moving companies to overcharge you. I mean, how are you going to know what the cubic feet volume is for your property? While there are some legitimate movers who use cubic feet, most states make this measurement outright illegal. Rogue moving companies get around these laws by providing you an estimate based on the weight of your property. But once the property is loaded onto the truck, they'll say you have more cubic feet than estimated. They'll then charge you thousands of dollars for taking up extra space on the truck. Another trick involving weight takes advantage of the requirement on interstate movers to weigh each customer's shipment individually. When they do this, they should weigh the trunk empty with a full tank of gas, then weigh it with your stuff loaded on it to see the difference. Many of the moving trucks going state to state have fuel tanks that can hold hundreds of gallons of fuel. Drivers weighing empty with less than a full tank can easily add over 1,000 pounds to the weight of your property, and you have to pay the cost of that across every mile they drive. So always ask to see the driver's fuel gauge upon arrival when the trunk is empty. In fact, you should take a picture of it on your phone. Scam number 4, unwittingly hiring a broker and not an actual mover. Thanks to the internet, it's easy for rogue operators in the moving industry to rip people off. These scammers have great-looking websites and always offer rosy estimates. This is either done by phone or through an easy, hassle-free online questionnaire. There's just one problem. You've reached a broker, not a moving company. Now, there are good moving brokers out there, and if they deal in interstate and international moves, they're regulated by the federal government and have specific rules they must adhere to, such as being registered with the federal government, using only movers registered with the federal government, providing customers the movers they use, and listing their physical location, contact information, and the state for which they are a broker on their website and on all their ads. The problem is there are a lot of fly-by-night outfits out there that want to ensnare bargain hunters with prices that are too good to be true. These brokers then contact unscrupulous movers, including unlicensed or uninsured movers, to do the job. They'll then charge you an upfront deposit, sometimes as high as 50%. But that fee isn't an actual deposit on your move. It's your cost for using the broker. Some brokers will even call you a few days before to demand extra money because the job is larger than expected, quote unquote. Scam number 5 is less of a scam and more of a generalized problem in the industry. These would be delivery problems, late if you're lucky or not at all. So it goes like this. The mover has loaded the property on your truck and promised to deliver it at a specific date. Maybe you get a phone call, maybe you don't. What becomes certain is the delivery date has come and gone, and you still don't have your property. One possibility, the truck has been impounded by the U.S. Department of Transportation due to licensing violations. Here's another. The movers tell you your items are stuck on the truck until they can make 3 deliveries before yours. Or how about this one? The mover you've hired quietly closes up shop and abandons your property in a warehouse. Regardless of the reason, your items could be as many as several months late in delivery, or worst, lost for good. All right then. Here are the 10 red flags to avoid being scammed by movers. Number 1, no company information. The mover's website doesn't have a physical address, the mover's registration, or proof of insurance. Number 2, phone estimates only. Do not hire a company that will not come to your home to make an estimate. It's important to get an in-home, written, and signed estimate by the companies you are considering for the move. In-home walkthroughs are the best way to estimate the weight of your property and to make sure no furniture is missing. After the walkthrough, the estimator will talk to you about the required moving surfaces, dates, and pricing. The whole process should take 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of your home. The AMSA, the Moving Association, recommends you get no less than 3 in-home moving estimates. Virtual walkthroughs are available too. Red flag number 3, demands for a big down payment. While a small down payment is normal, especially during a busy season, most companies only charge around 10 to 20%. If they ask for considerably more, walk away. Number 4, suspicious bids. Be on the lookout for bids that are too good to be true. A bid significantly lower than the other bids is a huge red flag. Also, skip past companies that won't put their estimate in writing. Number 5, does not provide you a copy of Ready to Move. Interstate movers are required by federal law to provide you a copy of the federal brochure outlining your rights and responsibilities when you move and a checklist before you move. It's called Ready to Move. Number 6, be wary of movers that tell you the quote will not change. The truth is, mover quotes will change because the weight of your property may be heavier or lighter than estimated. Number 7, everything is insured. Typical insurance coverage starts at 60 cents per pound. So if that 100-pound antique clock your grandmother left you gets broken, you'll only get $60 for the damage. Same with the $1 million Andy Warhol painting. Number 8, cash only. Choose only movers who accept credit cards. If the move goes bad, credit card company payments are insured. Number 9, unmarked trucks. Don't let movers load your property into an unmarked truck. Unmarked trucks are heavily linked to scams that steal your property or hold them ransom. Number 10, amazing online reviews. Be wary of online review sites, as scammers will load up sites like Yelp with fake reviews. Instead, use the Better Business Bureau's website or plug a mover's name into a search engine with words like complaints and fraud. So what else can you do to find a good mover? The first thing you do is check the mover's license number with FMCSA. Just remember that all intrastate moves, moving within the same state, are regulated by state authorities and not the feds. That said, good companies will also still be registered with FMCSA. Next, look up the mover's Better Business Bureau profile. The BBB has business profiles for more than 20,000 moving companies. Here you'll find things like their letter grade, their credentials, professional memberships, and of course, customer reviews. There is also the American Moving and Storage Association. They create a program called the Pro Mover Program. Designed as an effort to crack down on moving fraudsters, moving companies in the program are subject to a background check and must meet certification standards. If you need more information, check the video description where I put all the links. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And note, I have other videos besides this one. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you.